everyone, welcome to Served. My name is Zora and today we're going to be making brownies in a mug. This is a fun and simple recipe that you can try at home, and it only takes about 5 minutes. I think the best part about this recipe is that you don't have to wait for an oven to heat up, because this recipe gets made in the microwave. What you are going to need for this is flour, salt, cocoa baking powder, or if you don't have that, you can just use one of these hot chocolate packets like me, sugar, pure vanilla extract, not imitation, vegetable oil or canola oil, your choice, and milk. You're also going to need a 1/4 cup measurement and a 1/2 cup measurement, though if you don't have a 1/2 cup, you can always use 2 4 cups. And you're going to need a tablespoon, a fork to eat it with later, and a mixing utensil. Before I get on with everything, I want to make sure you know the difference between a tablespoon and a teaspoon. A tablespoon is the bigger one. The teaspoon fits right inside of it. I like to call the tablespoon the big spoon, and that's how I remember. The teaspoon is the tiny spoon, so it just fits right in. The last thing that you're going to need is a mug, obviously because it's brownie in a mug. Now before we bake or cook or do anything that involves making food or eating food, we have to wash our hands. All right, the first thing that you're going to add to your mug is a 1/4 cup of flour. You can level it by tapping on the sides of the bag. And yes, it does get a little bit messy. The next thing that you're going to add is a 1/4 cup of sugar. Take this out. The last thing that you're going to add for the white powdery ingredients is a pinch of salt. So I just like to put some in my hand and pinch, and you know what, since I did put a very little bit, I'm just going to put the whole thing in there. Next, I'm going to take my tiny spoon and mix the white powdery ingredients together and really blend them up. Great. Now I'm going to add my packet of hot chocolate. Now, if you don't have a packet of hot chocolate to use, then for your unsweetened cocoa baking powder or sweetened baking powder, you're going to use 2 tablespoons of your cocoa powder. Now you're going to mix all of the powdery ingredients together. Really blend them up. Now, keep in mind they don't have to be mixed to perfection. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I'm using vegetable oil, but you can use canola oil. Carefully pour this. Now, while we're adding the oil, I want to mention that it is possible to get oil out of your clothes, but if you do get oil on your clothes, you have to act immediately. The way to get oil out is you just immediately put some flour on it, and the flour will absorb the oil. Boom! The next thing that you're going to add is some pure vanilla extract, not imitation vanilla extract. Fun fact about imitation vanilla, you get stuff from glands from a beaver's butt. So unless you're interested in eating that, I suggest you use pure vanilla extract. Pour a little bit into the cap. And if you don't have the type of bottle that I'm using, and you have one where it just gets little drops out, then just add 2 or 3 drops. You don't want to add a whole lot because vanilla, a little bit, can go a long way. Now you're going to mix that together, but it does not have to be mixed to perfection until you add a 1/4 cup of milk. Now I am going to pour this milk over the sink just because I don't want to get too much milk in there, because too much milk can actually dissolve all of your dry ingredients, the whole mixture. So I'm just going to pour that in. Put my measuring cup on my napkin. Cap the milk. It is so important to cap your ingredients and close your ingredients. Now your mixture should kind of look a little bit like chocolate milk. And when you're mixing, it might seem like it's dissolved at first, but it's all going to mix into a nice batter, like so. You want to make sure that you're mixing everything together. Make sure that your mixing utensil is really scraping the bottom of your mug, because you don't want residual flour on the bottom. Really mix it up all the way. When you're positive that it's all mixed and it looks like this, just looks like a very nice chocolate sauce, you are free to taste your own cooking. Delicious. Now take your mixture. Smells great. Well, while it was in the microwave for 2 minutes, which by the way, you put the mixture in the microwave for 2 minutes, I cleaned up while it was in the microwave, and it turned out like, hang on, it's kind of hot. Let me get another bit. It turned out like this. Don't worry if it's a little bit soft, that is totally okay. And it did sink in the middle a little bit, but again, that is okay. A brownie is a brownie. And since you would normally do the toothpick test when you got it out of the oven, I'm going to prove to you that putting it in the microwave does in fact cook it all the way through, because people can be skeptical about that. So I have this skewer. Put it in. Clean. Clean. Yeah, there were brownie crumbs, but it's soft, so that is okay. But it is cooked all the way through. Not powdery. I mixed it all the way up. It's all the way blended. Voila. Putting it in the microwave does cook it all the way through. Let's do a time lapse and let it cool. All right, guys, we gave it 2 or 3 minutes to cool, around there. It does not take very long to cool, so that's another plus side of this recipe. Now, we're going to try it. Delicious. I really wish you guys could be here to try it, but you can try this at home watching this video. It's really, really, really delicious. And I want you to let me know down in the comments if you made this recipe and how good it was on a scale of 1 to 10. Well, you have been served.